check. Hey, everybody, greetings. Welcome to Conflict Radio. We're not doing a real episode tonight. I'm just kind of throwing this out here. We've got a show tomorrow with Scott Mitchell. He's going to be doing open lines with us, and it's going to start at this exact time. Oh, it looks like I'm buffering. Am I buffering, guys? Looks like I'm buffering. Am I buffering? Oh, I guess it looks okay now. I don't know what's going on. I see Paul Beska's here. Barry, how you doing? The Happy Plague Doctor. I don't think everybody is here that way. Maybe. It's possible. I'm not. Davy Jones Locker's in the house. Mr. Fox. Akram Musa is here. Let's see. Ian, myself. Red Cap Goblin. How you doing? Logan. Logan L. Let's see. I'm scrolling back. Nicola Missour, Nicola, Game Vet 02 is in the house. How's it going? Let's see, David Karam, how you doing today? I see Blue Chickens here. I actually posted a link in the Discord so that the Discord followers can come in the house. If you guys are on Discord, go check out the link. The link's in the description box below. Hey, Dr. Strangelove, how you doing? We're not doing a show. I just wanted to remind you guys that Scott Mitchell's going to be here tomorrow. And it's a big open line show. How you doing, Blue? It's a big open line show, so I'm trying to get as many people as possible to call in. Now, we've done a couple shows with Scott Mitchell before. He talks about the fallen angels and how they're behind the great UFO deception. And they've been underground since the beginning of time, almost, the beginning of human time. They've created this advanced tech. They've got these grays are really the synthetic beings. They're synthetics that pilot these craft that are really just drones for the fallen angels. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal stuff that this guy talks about. Scott Mitchell, and I'll go ahead and read his bio. He's the host of the Bible Mysteries podcast and the pastor of a church in Seguin, Texas. With a career background in music, legal support, and technology, Scott has been a scriptural scholar studying biblical history and mysteries for 40 years. He founded utbnow.com to provide resources to help people unlock the mysteries of the Bible. And if you guys look back here, let me go over here. Let me go over here and show you guys, because I'm not really sure what episodes we were on here. So let me just open this up in a new window, bring it over here for you guys to see. And it looks like, let me scroll down to his shows. If you guys want to listen to these shows tonight and ask him any questions, I'm sure I've had him on sooner than that far back. I must have passed it here. Let's see. 99. All right, here we are. Fallen Angels, The Coming Alien Deception. It's episode 103 with Scott Mitchell. And then I did one, I could swear it was 40-something. Let's see if I could find this one. There's one that goes way back. How's everybody doing today? Actually, no, that was Robert Stanley. Let's see here. Where's this one I did with Scott Mitchell? We're in the 40s. Maybe it was 50s. There it is. 56. So episode 56 and episode, what was it? 103. So 56 and 103. You guys will have to check it out. Stretchy butthole aliens came for me, the Happy Plague Doctor said. Well, I'm sorry, man. That's too bad. Let's see here. I guess I'll just close this out and let's chat with you guys for a little while. I mean, we're here, right? We might as well yap it up some. I guess I gotta bring this picture up here, and then I'll bring this back over here so I can read what you guys are saying. Dr. Strangelove, we have a show tomorrow. Yes. And Blue Chicken says the fan group is on Discord, link in description. It is. Go check us out. I usually go in there. Sometimes we'll do voice chat. I mean, I guess I should have been in the Discord thing a little earlier in the week. We had a show scheduled Monday, the Frequency show, and then she canceled, and she wanted to reschedule, but I didn't get back to her a date and time. I don't know. Usually, if you cancel on me the day of the show, and I mean, I just think that's kind of beat. I don't think I'm going to reschedule you, but who knows? Maybe I'll reschedule her again. But yeah, she canceled. So can you try to get L.A. Marzulli on? Davy Jones, I've messaged him. Heard you call it on Brooks' show the other day. Paul, I did call Brooks. I did call his show the other day. That was fun. You actually heard me on there. That's interesting. Yeah, I like listening to Brooks Agnew. That's a fun show. Sometimes I don't get to watch it. Well, honestly, they have a Rumble app on Roku now, so I learned to subscribe to people on Rumble so I can bring up Rumble on my app and listen to all the things that this platform doesn't let you listen to. I listen to over there. And Mr. Fox says, "Damn, I don't know. You know what day that was, Paul, that I called up? If anybody wanted to go back in the in his library, God, I think it was. I don't know. Was it? I don't know what day it was, but yeah, I did call in and we chatted for a little while, and I did mention Conflict Radio, of course. I'm not gonna call a new show and not mention Conflict Radio. Gotta grease my own wheels sometimes, right? Okay, I believe the grays are synthetic. David Karam says, I really fall into the whole fallen angel thing. I find that more plausible to me than they're flying here from outer space in these tiny little craft. I just don't see how these tiny little craft with, a small crew of people is gonna, come millions and millions of light years across space just to float around in our skies and then fly away. I mean, that's the stupidest thing you could ever suggest, I think. I mean, if we go millions of miles to another planet, you think we're just gonna fly around, try to avoid them for a couple hours and then fly away? Let's see. When will Pete be back on your show? Carol's Cookies wants to know. Pete is coming on for open lines. And he's not going to cancel. I have him for August 16th at 6:30 Central Time. And Pete from Creepy Little Book will be back on them. I like the lost high society theory, the Happy Plague Doctor says. It's one or the other. I mean, I don't think that it's, I mean, if we do have people here from another galaxy, they've been here for a long time, and they're just as trapped here as we are. And that's all I have to say on that. They have, maybe they came on a mothership or something, or maybe the moon was even a mothership. Who knows? Whatever the moon is. Interdimensional entities. Well, I mean, that could be fallen angels, too. I mean, it could be on just a different dimension. President Zaddy says, "Hey, how you doing, President Zaddy?" He gets so excited to go on your show. Well, you know what? I love having him on. He is just so fun to talk to. I love his channel. I'll pop in there and chat with him in the comments every now and then. A lot of times I'll get in the show and it's still 30 minutes till he goes live or something. And I'll chat for a little while, and then life goes on, right? You pop out, you get into something else, and sometimes it'll come up, and I just listen to it because it ended, 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago or something. And then sometimes he has topics, I guess, that I'm just really not interested in, and that's one thing about, a channel, right? You don't have to listen to every video. If you see a topic that you're just not into, then you can move on. Well, So we've got quite a few people in here. Make sure to talk up on the chat so we know who you are. 53 people. Hit that like button, will you? Because the more people that see this, the more people that we can get in here tomorrow to do open lines. You know what? Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines for you guys right now and see if any of you guys want to call, and we can kind of test out our. I guess Microsoft want me to look at my settings. I'm good. Let me continue. I'll give you guys the phone number. Now, keep in mind, to call into the show, I use a Skype number. So you can just find me on Skype. If you search for Conflict Radio, 2 words, Conflict Radio, just like it is in all of the videos that we do. If you search for Conflict Radio on Skype, you can find me. And if you send me a wave or say hi or something like that, I can approve it, and then you'll be able to call in. So if you guys do that between now and tomorrow, I'll be able to see that. So I've got Skype open right now. Let me minimize this. The phone number, if somebody wants to write this down in chat, because I don't have it up on the screen right now, it is 256-850-4513. So it looks like I'm going to copy it. I can copy it and paste it in there myself, I guess. So let me make that box small and post it in here. There we go. So there's a number if anybody wants to call, either that or when the alien invasion show happening. You know, Dr. Strangelove, I don't know. I think if we were going to do something like that, we're going to have to put a little bit more time into planning it, I think, and getting more people involved. I just don't want to throw together some crappy, I guess, Pink Rooster. How you doing, Pink Rooster? Oh. Pink Chicken is a man. I think. Blue, when can we hook up? Pink Rooster. Well, have fun with that. Don't get doxxed, Conflict. Well, I'm sure I'm already on some lists. So what are you going to do? Astrum Veritas Domini says, yeah, I think if the Greys... Here, hang on, let me bring up Skype. That way... Oh, there it is. Somebody's calling. Hey, how's it going? It's Conflict Radio. You're on the air. How you doing?
What up, man?
Hey, who's this?
This is the Happy Plague Doctor.
Oh, awesome, man. Where are you calling from?
Man, I'm in the sand hills of Nebraska.
Really? Out near Scottsbluff?
No, more north. I'm 9 miles south of the Rosebud Reservation.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Scottsbluff, Nebraska.
Yeah, that place sucks.
That place what?
Sucks.
Yeah. That's why I said used to live. I used to live there.
Yeah.
I think I was 20 years old, and I wound up getting married to this girl that I knocked up out there. I was just happened to be passing through from Jersey when I was 20, and I got stuck out there for a couple years while I married that girl.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens. I packed her up, and I packed her and the kid up, moved to Myrtle Beach, and she couldn't handle that.
There you go, man.
Yeah, she couldn't handle that. She bailed soon after. She was a little.
Yeah.
She was a Scottsbluff, Nebraska girl in Myrtle Beach. She was like, I gotta go home.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach, where's that, Florida?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Wow, my sister and brother-in-law just moved to South Carolina. I want to go out there metal detecting.
Oh, well, any beach, really, right?
Well, I got beach here, too. But
well, it's not really the
anyway,
same. It's like a Nebraska beach.
What I really wanted to talk to you about was, like, space planes. Did they really stop flying planes into space back in the 60s? Or do you think that program has kept going?
You know, I think whatever's going on, they're still doing. You know, I mean, maybe they just ran out of money for it. I mean, you know, once you do it, you know, same thing with the whole going to the moon thing. And I know that there's a lot of conspiracy theories about going to the moon, but I think we really did go. You know, and then once we went, it was like,
well, sure.
You know, it costs so much. Why are you gonna keep doing it? Same thing with with these space planes. I mean, they probably never imagined that it would be like such a tourist draw that it would be today, you know?
Well, look at the X-37B. They
Yeah.
keep that thing up like years at a time. Um, is that thing like an obvious offspring of like the X-15 project? Where they literally just kind of did, you know, considering lower altitude launches of these rocket planes that just absolutely shot into space. Neil Armstrong, like astronauts went on these flights where they left the atmosphere and came back down to Earth, and even pilots that weren't, officially astronauts were awarded their astronaut badges because they had flown the X-15 out into what's considered outer space.
Yeah.
But I really wonder, you know, people that claim all that stuff stopped, I don't think it did. And there's probably technology that's been developed, along the way that we're just not privy to.
Oh yeah, of course. They're not going to tell us everything. You had the whole anti-gravity research thing going on, and then it all just fell off the planet. Nobody reported on it anymore.
Well, you can go back
that
and look
happened
at
for a reason.
Popular science, popular mechanics articles that talk about this stuff.
Yeah. I see chilling with Brody's in the house. How you doing? Jared Centerfold is here. Alien Neil A. Armstrong. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? There's so much interesting. So what do you think? Do you think that it's possible that these things are fallen angels?
Well, I'm not so on board with that. Even though I do consider myself Christian to some extent.
Yeah.
I'm not on board with the whole aliens or the fallen angels, whatever.
Well, the Greys are technically synthetic engineered, just robots, right?
Yeah,
it's just AI.
Well, they're stretchy butthole people. That's what they are.
Well, somebody needs to tell the fallen angels that they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, stop. Right. They figured out cattle mutilations were getting nowhere, so they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. Being out here in Nebraska, we've actually had people that has happened to locally, like cattle mutilations.
I was in the. What I remember most about being out there in Nebraska is just how damn windy and cold it was every winter. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like you would have a wind chill of like minus 40 degrees. And I was like this electrician's helper, like 20 years old. I'm going into these houses to rough them in, with the electrical. And there's no windows. There's no, there's no heat or nothing. It's just these walls, with no windows or siding or anything at all. And the wind is just whipping through there. And we had this propane heater that we carried around with us, these things to try to keep warm. And my feet were so cold, I literally would melt my boots holding my feet up to this stupid propane heater. It was so cold. Like my shoelaces would just melt into the boot,
Well, Nebraska doesn't raise any pussies.
That's the truth. But boy, it
keeps the crime rate low.
Yeah, nobody wants to do anything.
Well, yeah, there's no joggers.
Yeah, the summers are nice.
Oh yeah, everything's nice. Like right now, everything's great. Really from early spring to late fall, it's pretty good. You go through hell with February. February is like the month that really pisses everybody off.
Yeah. Chuck says LMH killed those cows with a shovel.
Well, I know a guy named Scott Rimmers he was scared off this giant bull because he broke a shovel over this bull's head. It was like he was trying to get this bull back over a fence. And it's like he just walked out there, hit this bull with a shovel, and broke the shovel. And then the bull just turned around and hopped back over the fence.
Tom Dick says, "Love your show." Thanks, Tom. Glad you're listening. You know, we've been picking up a lot of new listeners lately. How long have you been listening?
Off and on. You know, I listened to your Art Bell stuff. You know, when you were doing that, so I've been around a while. You know, your live shows have been getting really good lately.
Yeah.
So I've been tuning in more and more. You've been getting better and better. So I want to tell you that for sure.
Well, thanks, man. You know, I'll tell you, nothing is more nerve-wracking than sitting down and doing like episode 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody even listened to it. If anybody wants a good laugh, go find episode 1. It's on.
Oh man!
just look in the.
It's
look
like
in the playlist
I'm gonna walk off a cliff and just see what happens.
And they got better and better. You know, Tracy Dolan is missing 411. You know, I've got a lot of, I guess a lot more. You know, you guys make it easy. You know, you have a lot more confidence when you see the same people in here over and over and over again, and people are telling you that they dig the show and stuff. It really helps with the confidence. And then, you know, there are sometimes I'll sit down and do an interview, and I haven't had the time to do any research on that guest whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, you know, let me just try to wing it. And the show's really awesome, you know. So
yeah,
you've been
great,
around,
man. You're doing good. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna let other people jump on the line. Everybody call in. This is great. I'm gonna take some. Yeah, somebody said bong, so I'm gonna take some bong rips.
All right, man. Have at it, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks, Conflict. Let's keep it going.
Hey,
somebody else call in.
Call in tomorrow during the Scott Mitchell show. I get nervous because a lot of times I have these call-in shows and nobody calls. So you know, everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, I tried calling in last time he did a call in, and my headphones were jacked. I didn't know it at the time, so.
Oh,
sorry.
Was that you that I was trying to talk to and I couldn't hear anything?
Yeah, it was all fucked up.
All right.
So, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say F-bomb.
Well, that's all right. I put down that it's not for kids, so it is what it is.
Okay. Well, man, I love it. Keep it going. Everybody, let's keep it going. We'll have a good episode, man, all right?
All right, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, man. Good night.
Later.
All right, and there's a caller from my old stomping grounds in western Nebraska, man. That's so interesting. You know, it's been so long since I've been out that way. I'm sure you guys know, like when you're traveling as a kid and you know, you spend some time in a town or something. I mean, honestly, I've been to 49 states, you know, from the time I turned 18 to the time I was, you know, I guess right about 7-8 years ago, I guess I traveled all over. I lived in so many small little rinky-dinky towns, you know, and I was a bartender. And so that was the great thing about bartending is I would just load up my car with whatever, grab whatever cash I had, and just go to another town and, you know, go on Craigslist and get a room to rent, and then go and find a job bartending and do it all again and stay there for a few months and then move on somewhere else. It was a lot of fun, but a lot of times I'll get confused. Now, as I'm older, I'll get confused. I'll be driving down the road somewhere, and then I'll flash back to being in a totally different town, and I'm like, oh my god, like what town am I in again? So it's crazy sometimes when you get all around. Ian myself says 13 states, 10 countries, 3 continents. Man, that's awesome. I've been to St. Lucia and I've been to London. That's it. I haven't been anywhere else outside of the U.S., but I do have 49 states under my belt with 1 more to go, and then I'll have all 50. So hopefully I'll get that 50 done. And if anybody's curious, that 50 is Alaska. I was actually in Maui for a couple months, And man, that was a great time. I was 18. I was 18 years old in Maui for like 3 months. Man, it was great. I was with this girl from Texarkana. She was from Texarkana, Arkansas, or Texas, or one or the other. Chuck Bam says corn pop was a bad GMO. Let's see here. President Zaddy says we are living in the days of Noah all over again. I heard Rand Paul tell Dr. Fauci that. Okay, I probably shouldn't read that out loud. Yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot coming out about that stuff here. Mladen Vajovic. I was seeing her on Richard Dolan's show, nothing more. Carol's Cookie says, honestly, this is the first time here without Creepy Little Book being a guest. I'll be back for sure. Thanks, Carol. You know, and a lot of you guys, I'm getting a lot of, you know, Davy Jones Locker says you can't do that shit married with kids. No, you can't, but after she took the kid and left, I was free to travel again. Prepare for the days of Jared, says Jared Centerfold. Texarkana is in both states. Thanks, Smitty. I'll never forget that town. That was a neat little town. So Gonzo says, good point. Happy Plague Doctor says it comes from Colorado. It does now. Maybe not so much back then. Sapphire Elf is here. How you doing, Sapphire Elf? We're just doing a pre-show to remind everybody that... Well, you know what? Let me paste this number in here again. If anybody wants to call and give a shout-out here, I guess we're kind of doing an open lines pre-show to Scott Mitchell joining us tomorrow. This isn't really an episode. We're just kind of chatting it up and just reminding everybody that Scott Mitchell will be here tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time. We're going to be doing open lines. If you have Skype and you don't want to call the number, you can just add Conflict Radio on Skype. You can find me that way, and that will get you through. That way tomorrow, when I open up the Skype before the show, I see a bunch of connection requests. I can approve them before the show actually starts. So it's good to get it in there now. I guess the chat's pretty quiet, and nobody's giving a call. So what do you guys think? Fallen angels? Fallen angels, or are they from a faraway planet millions and millions of light years away? Uh-oh, I unleashed the chat gods here. Oh, that's how I heard about you, through Pete and Tina from Creepy Little Book. I love Creepy Little Book. You guys are awesome. Carol's Cookies, LOL. He's my security blanket. Oh, Skype did something there. He's my security blanket on other channels. Let's see. Hey, Conflict, I wrote some stuff up. If you want to read, you were on the phone. Some stuff up. All right, well, you have to repost it again because I'll never find it unless you put it in caps. Barry says, Northern Michigan here. Hey, how you doing, Barry? Well, I guess that got deleted. We thought Humongous had caught you. No, I just had a cancellation, and honestly, Monday I went out and worked. I do Uber and Lyft when I'm not doing this. That way I can keep my time open so I can do shows whenever I want to. And I get to drive around and listen to my podcast, and people are like, is that you? I'm like, no, that's not me at all. It's a lot of fun messing with him. Davy Jones says, who do you think the benevolent entities are, if any? Are they helping us? You know, I don't think they're helping us, man. I really don't. I think if they're helping us, they're not helping us enough. No, Chuck, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, President Zaddy says you're going to have to get the thing to go to that 50th state, LOL. Well, then I guess I'm not going. That's how that's going to go. Ian myself says, talking to Sapphire Elf. Hi, y'all. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hugh Hound of the Valinor says, hi, Arlene. So, Arlene, Hugh Hound of the Valinor says hi. He lives on the bottom continent. I subscribed to your channel at least 15 days ago. Saw you had some interesting guests and good talks. I see someone made a suggestion for one. Yeah, you know, we get suggestion ideas for guests all the time. Remember, you can always send me an email if you have a guest suggestion. I actually get... Oh, here we go. We got a call coming in. Hang on, let me answer this. Conflict Radio, you're on the air. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Who's calling?
It's William Carr.
Where you from?
I'm from Canada, Ontario.
Oh, Ontario, man. You guys are in trouble up there, aren't you?
Regarding
getting with who you got in charge, I guess.
Oh, right. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see the Canadian. You know, you guys are gonna have to rise up, man.
I know, right?
You know, Ireland's doing it, France is doing it, Cuba's doing it. I mean, Canada, hello.
Yeah.
Is it still cold there? I mean, come on, it's July. What are you waiting for? You waiting for it to get cold? You got
Yeah, we're waiting. Yeah, we're procrastinators up here, right? So, it's a little chilly. You know, we get little brain freezes here and there, but yeah, you know, it takes us a little bit, but we'll definitely pick things up. So.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. Hopefully you guys can, I guess, take your country back. We're trying to do the same here too. So,
right.
They're not pushing us as hard as they're really pushing you guys hard.
They are well, because we're laid back about it, and we just take things as they are, and we rely on our government too much, and so. You know, that's just how it is.
So what do you want to talk about today? You want to talk about fallen angels? Do you think that they're real? You think they're behind the UFO phenomenon?
Yeah, sure. We could talk about that. I'm a pretty open-minded person. I could talk about pretty much anything. Do I personally believe it? No, but I'm open-minded, so I could talk about it. Yeah, they could be. Because there's been people out there that say aliens are spiritual in nature. They're not like us, so it could be quite possible that they are, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really talk about it that often. The people I talk to, we don't really talk about that, but it's mostly political, government association with aliens, and that seems to be the topic lately. Is about what the governments know and why are they doing what they're doing and stuff like that, right? So
yeah. Now David Karam says here, I'm gonna go ahead and read this here. He says if there are fallen angels, they must be non-fallen angels, and that's exactly right, David. They'd be the good ones, right? Like Michael the Archangel and I guess some of the other ones that you hear about through folklore or the Bible or whatever. But they weren't sent down to Earth, so they're still in the other dimension. The fallen angels are the ones that have been sent to this dimension. So I think that it's all a dimensional thing. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So I guess my thing keep making weird noises.
Did somebody's trying to call you or something?
Oh, maybe that might be it. It's like was that like Skype's call waiting?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't listen to many of your shows. I'm a new subscriber. Actually, a person by the name of Blue Chicken got me involved on your channel and stuff like that. And I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing. I only heard a couple of your videos. I still have to go through your archive to listen to you. But what I've heard so far, I like. I don't mind it at all. So.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the channel. It's we got some pretty cool stuff in the archives. You have to check it out. I mean, we're over 100 episodes now. So,
whoa.
Now there's a bunch of them that are in the members area only, and just so you know, and everybody listening, that's only for separation purposes because somebody was involved in some of those shows that we had a falling out with on Conflict Radio. So they all had to kind of go into their own little thing. Subscription only videos is not really what we do here. Everything that we do is up for free. You can download it for free from Spreaker, but all of those shows have been removed from the main platform, and they're on I guess they're in the subscription area. So if anybody wants to listen to those, I think it's $2.99 a month. You can listen to those, and then that person will get some of those royalties from that. So that's just what we had to do. So don't be disheartened if you see old ones that are kind of hidden behind a paywall. They're just there for a reason, and it stinks. Some of them are really good shows. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out, and that's how it is. Mr. Fox says the last show was awesome. I think the last 5 or 6 shows have been pretty awesome, honestly. So, man, thanks so much.
Have you talked? Oh, sorry. Do I have to cut me off now?
No, not at all. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So have you talked about the 100-day disclosure and stuff? Like, are you into that, or like what?
What, you talking about something that's coming up here pretty soon, or something
that's already passed? It's already been done.
You're talking about that report that already came out?
Yeah.
No,
that's right.
You know what? It seemed like every UFO channel on YouTube was like clickbait, 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 clickbait on this stupid report. I knew it was going to be nothing. So.
Yeah, same here.
I didn't really.
You weren't disappointed? Okay, no, that's like kind of what I was going towards. Were you hoping for something?
We weren't disappointed at all. I mean, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Absolutely nothing. Right. We hardly even talked about it, honestly, because the whole thing was just show and mirrors.
Right. Now, are you a believer in? Obviously, you're a believer in UFOs and and stuff. It's almost like an interview at this point.
No, that's
so
fine.
I don't know much about you. So, like, are you somebody that's seen an alien craft or a UFO or an alien?
I have seen a UFO, but not up close. It was more like a. It looked more like a shooting star that was kind of just going in circles. If that makes any sense. And it looked like, like you would see a falling star, just a very small dot streaking across the sky, but it's like doing things that shooting stars don't do. And that to me was a little bit of and that was when I was in Colorado. So I mean, who knows what it was? I mean, but I definitely think that there's something out there. I like the fallen angels idea of it because it's either fallen angels or it's a secret advanced society that's been on this planet, and they've been on this planet for a long time. And the only way, I think, whether it's one or the other, I think that their main society is underground. Whether it's fallen angels or it's an advanced society, it's underground. It's not something that it's not going to be. I mean, it could be under the ice of Antarctica. I mean, I can't say that it's not, but it's not on the surface. I mean, if it was on the surface, they'd have been outed already.
Right. Now, I have a thought behind that. I honestly think our Earth, our planet, I shouldn't say our Earth, our planet is a stopover for alien life, because where we're located in the Milky Way.
So you think we're like a rest area?
Yep. And these tunnels that we have or building are going to be newer. They're up to date for alien species to come and visit Earth and to visit our cuisine and stuff that we have to offer without the mingling with humans.
Yeah, it's crazy. Jared Centerfold says Mars is still inhabited underground. What do you think about that?
Mars being uninhabited?
Inhabited underground. There's still people
there. What? That could be quite possible, because if we have, let's just put it out there, that we have aliens living on Earth in our crust, that's quite possible. They could be everywhere in our solar system. They could be on Jupiter, Mars. They could be on these planets and would even never know, right? So yeah, if they're doing it here, why wouldn't they do it to Mars?
Have you?
Because there's been go ahead.
Have you ever thought that maybe the old civilization that was on Mars is actually still alive, but they're trapped underground, waiting for somebody to come rescue them?
Um,
I mean, why could they not be,
me,
right?
okay,
For
I'm
generation
gonna
after
say
generation.
no. I'm gonna say no. I feel that they're extinct. That's what happened. But let's throw it out. Let's think outside the box. Is it feasible? Yeah, like if they're advanced enough, and they say they kind of think like us, so your planet's going to be extinct soon. So what better place to go than underground to help keep your society or your species, from going extinct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's been evidence. People have caught stuff on the satellites and on the rovers through the images and stuff of possible structures, because the right angles that they're seeing, that's not a natural reoccurring shape, right? So these angles that we're finding is from, we would think, from structures, right? Pillars,
yeah.
or
you're talking about like the
monuments.
pyramids and the face and that kind of stuff,
Right. Well, the face not so much, because that was done by satellite, and then we slowly realized it was just because the shading,
yeah.
the way things were, the way it was angled. No, I mean, there's people out there right now that have channels that they scour the Mars images, and they'll try to pick out certain features in the rocks and relate them to what we know of. There's like different rock formations and stuff like that cannot be explained why they're shaped like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be possible, right? You never know. And that's the beauty of it. You don't know, right? Until we physically go there and dig or find a cavern or find something.
Yeah.
Right.
Sapphire Elf says that there is an episode of Star Trek Voyager about an underground civilization who lost the tech to get back to the surface. Now, I mean, that's interesting stuff. I mean, if you have the technology to get your race to Earth, say they even terraformed Earth, or eliminated the dinosaur threat so that they can bring people here, and that we're all originally from Mars. But then some of them up there that were trapped there that couldn't make the trip, they had the tech to also build these huge underground bases with underground lighting and generators, and maybe they're even hacking into some kind of fuel supply or something there where they can keep their underground plants growing with artificial light and everything else. I mean, why couldn't they still be under there? If you had the right technology, you could live underground for thousands of years without ever having to be up on the surface.
Well, if you judge it by like what we can do as a species, and we're not as sophisticated, I'm using my words wrong, as these other species are, yeah, it is quite possible, because we can do it ourselves. Maybe not for so long, but we are capable of doing that.
I think if we wanted to, we could probably figure out a way to go underground and stay underground for at least a couple hundred years.
Right? Maybe not thousands, but definitely for a couple hundred. And so if we can do it, think of what they can do, right? Because they're apparently more advanced than we are. So yeah, for sure, 100%. If they have the technology to fly ships around without a propulsion system on it, yeah, who knows what they can do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense to me that they could do these things. Right? It's not out of the realm of possibilities, that's for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy thought process behind it. And there's so much to talk about, but I don't want to take up your show, and people trying to call in. That's 2 times now people try to call in for you.
Gotta love it, man.
I don't want.
I remember the first call in line show we did. I don't think we had a single person call.
Oh, now everybody wants to call in.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I just want to leave you with this, though. With about UFOs and stuff. I'm a believer, and I've seen a UAP, not a UFO, because I know what I've seen. I would say a UAP, because it was aerial. It was flying over my house, and it was a drip-shaped craft. And I've been boggling my mind about this for many and many years since I've seen it. Have you heard or seen anything related to that?
What's that?
A drip-shaped craft, like a tear drip. You know, like a tear drip, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
No, nothing but a drip shape.
No.
Metallic drip shaped crafts.
No. You're talking about like a water droplet shape?
That's right. Yeah. What I've come up with through my research about it, what I've seen, it's the only image I could find related to it through history is through an old Catholic painting from the 400s. And I can't remember the exact date. It was a painting, and they had it on their painting. But the painting doesn't do it justice because it was reversed the way they had it. So I'm just still trying to figure out exactly what I've seen. But I wasn't too sure. I've been asking people if they know anything about drip-shaped crafts, maybe who's flying them, or maybe any thoughts behind it.
Yeah,
but I'm still trying
Davy
to gather.
Jones Locker just says they come in all shapes and sizes, and man,
They
that
do.
certainly is the weird part about it, right? But I mean, if there are different species, it would come in different shapes and sizes.
Well, I feel that they're the grays. That's what I seen. Because the grays, now only based on, sorry, I'm still going, but the only what I'm basing it off of the Catholic, there was a posting from a news, and they said they had to dig up an old church, or they were doing construction or something to a church, and they had to dig at the foundations. But when they were digging, they found bones of grays, tall grays, like that kind of skeleton design, like how they have it, the narrow jaw and the stuff like that. And this is the bones they dug up beneath this church. And then with that object I've seen over the skies, I think there's a correlation between the two. There's something about it. And so that once I go down rabbit hole, right, we can keep on going with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of rabbit holes to go down.
Right. So, but for the most part, I know they're linked in some way. This drip-shaped craft, metallic drip-shaped craft, and the Catholics. And I don't know about any other religion, but the only painting I seen was that in the Catholic paintings. I'll have to do more research about it and see who else recorded that in past history.
Yeah,
but
well,
I think of
all the religions, I think the Catholics are the most corrupt out of all of them.
Oh yeah, I didn't think you could say that over live. But yeah, I think so too. I think they're part of the whole disclosure thing too. They're not giving up information because I feel that it will jeopardize their religion, and they know something. Them and the governments, and they all know something, right? Yeah. So there's something about it.
Well, they're controlled by somebody,
right? Right. But okay, I gotta let you go because I could keep on talking. So
all right, William. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, no, thank you for letting me on.
Hey, feel free to call tomorrow too when we have Scott Mitchell on. That'll be a really interesting show.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely pick his brain and ask him questions and get the conversation rolling.
All right.
So if you need to. Right. Okay.
Bye-bye. All right. Jaden Sephiroth says, I'm Catholic. I'm not corrupt. I'm talking about, and I'm sure that there's a lot of priests, Catholic priests that aren't corrupt. I'm just talking about the power structure, the main people in charge, Vatican City, feel free to enlighten me on any other. I guess it's not a religion, right? It's Christianity is the religion, but it's a faith. It's a it's a denomination, I suppose. And if you know of another one that may be more corrupt than the Catholic Church, feel free to put it out there, guys. I'm more than welcome to take suggestions. It's just what I think. It's just my opinion. So, Blue Chicken, how you doing? Hey, Paul Beska, did you get my package yet that I sent? I guess I've got the tracking. I can look it up, but I won't do it right now. False Religion President Zaddy says, here, hang on, let me open up the Skype here. So, if anybody else wants to call, here, I'll put the number back in here. There we go. All right, so the number's there, guys, if anybody wants to give another shout out. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up here pretty quick. I just wanted to let everybody know about Scott Mitchell tomorrow. He is going to be coming on. It's going to be an hour later than our normal show to make sure everybody's got time to get on, get home. And we're going to have him on for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's going to be, no, not yet, Paul says. It's going to be an open line show, so you guys can feel free to talk to him. A lot of people think that he's the new Steve Quayle of the times. So, I mean, he's interesting. Scott Mitchell, boy, he's got all of his ducks in a row, and there's not a question you can't ask him that he doesn't have a thought out and well put explanation or answer for. So, Jared Centerfold says, I will definitely be a regular on Conflict. Thanks for having me. You got it, man. And Hugh Hound of the Valner, I don't believe a word of Bob Lazar, but he was right on about Element 115, so now I'm not sure. Okay, well, I guess DW salute Big Homie, nice. Start leaving the phone number in bathroom stalls and truck stops and rest areas. No, I'm not going to do that, Ian. Thanks. That's awesome. So tomorrow we'll probably have a different picture going here. I just pulled this old one, and I'll have the number right on it so that you guys can see it. Remember to give a thumbs up to the video. I guess I'll just go into my little spiel for the end of the show. It's a reminder that you can always find us online. We have a new Discord group, I guess. The link is in the description below. If you have Discord, then definitely check that out, because that's pretty neat. And I guess I should go and spend more time in there. I've joined some other groups, so maybe that'll help. And I actually turned on my notifications for Discord today. I turned them off because I was playing some fishing game online. That's how I got started with Discord, and I was in some fishing group thing where everybody talked on Discord, so I was trying it out then, and I quit playing the fishing game, so I quit going into that group. But I turned the notifications back on, so if you guys want to send me a friend request or something, feel free to do that. Johnny Dazzle says Bigfoot is a smoke grower. I guess that's possible. Let's see here. Roger the Alien might see if it's in a truck stop, bathrooms, and rest areas. Eddie, a.k.a. Flashback, says, good night, all. All right, guys, remember, tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will be back. Remember, you can always find us online. Just go to www.conflictradio.net. You can find us on Apple iTunes and all of your normal podcast catchers. Be sure to check out our store. We've got some really neat things in there. Here, let me swing this over here so you guys can see. These black shirts are a little weird because there's some... if you get a black, the lettering's in black, and on the back side, you can't really see the words that I have there. See, like this one here has, like, now you know with the website. You can't really see that on the black ones. So, but the black ones are pretty cool. I mean, I can see it because I know what I'm looking for, but... Then we've got these Pilsners and mugs, pints, and tumblers, and we've got hoodies and coffee cup. I actually picked up a couple of these coffee cups. They're actually pretty cool. I drink my coffee out of them sometime. We got some hoodies in here. It's not really hoodie weather, but there's some neat stuff there. So definitely check that out, guys. I guess let me scroll back up so I can see what you're saying. Haha, same Arlene. All right. Corn Pop says hit the like button. So hit the like button. We will be back. Yeah. Arlene says, I muted Discord. Couldn't handle the constant pinging when people were chatting. I know. I think that's why I did it. But I mean, it's the conflict group. It's a conflict group, right? Like, it's different. It's not like, I guess I'm the host of the show, and I should pay attention when people are chatting in the conflict group, I suppose. So that's pretty neat. Everybody, have a great night. We will be back tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time for open lines. And until then, Paul, I will find out where your package is and give you an update tomorrow. Until then, everybody, batten down the hatches and be safe.
See aircraft that were clearing.